and welcome back to another video feature of the Immersive World's Handbook. Today I am in Salzburg, Austria at Red Bull World, and I want to take you inside this interesting branded space. So let's go around and take a look. So in this feature I want to focus on lifestyle branding, and for me, like many of the things I've seen in Europe, this came as a surprise. I wasn't familiar with Red Bull World, and I just stumbled across this in Salzburg and was entirely fascinated. I'll take you through the different floors. There's a upstairs area with a seating area. There's this downstairs area which I think has a cafe. You'll also find another clothing store that I'll return to at the end. So when we're talking about lifestyle branding, we're talking about a brand that can connect with the guest, with the consumer in multiple senses. The idea of it being imbued, being a close, intimate part of that individual's life, their life history, their biography, I think is a real key to thinking about lifestyle branding. So as we enter this part of the store, you see I'm pointing at some of the materials here. You know, Red Bull is primarily known, I think, for action sports. They've done a remarkable job in terms of branding as a lifestyle brand, creating associations between extreme, dangerous, outdoor, and various other forms of sport. Now I should say that in addition to this connection with Red Bull World, just down the road near Bad Austria, you see an image here, is the corporate headquarters of Red Bull. As you can see here, many people don't know Red Bull is an Austrian brand. And then secondly, and I'll have another video in this particular space called Hangar 7, this is another branded lifestyle space that you'll find just outside the Salzburg airport in Austria. And so to go back to some of the images or video I shot here back in Salzburg at Red Bull World, what I was saying is that they're creating associations here with top flight athletes, extreme athletes, athletes that have done incredibly dangerous feats. And you can certainly think of Baumgartner's jump from space, which most of us know because of the Red Bull branding associated with it. Now, this is from Red Bull's own literature talking about the concept, a style that reaches beyond the realms of the daily routine, an attitude toward life that is distilled to its very essence. Very clever and I think significant approach to the brand here, the lifestyle brand. When you think about distilling something to its essence, you can go back to the drink itself, which we know about Red Bull or we associate with Red Bull. And this talks about the store itself. It talks about racing, talks about football clubs, which is another important sport for people worldwide, talks about their Red Bull Records line, accessories, books, DVDs, a special style for special people. What's key here is they're, I think, taking a page out of the Apple Store and the Apple brand in terms of thinking about it can't just be one thing. Even though there's an essence, you say, of the brand, as they mention, it can't just be the energy drink that we maybe know and are familiar with. It has to be other things as well. And so what I found fascinating with the lifestyle branding here at Red Bull World in Salzburg, Austria, was how multifaceted and how varied it was in terms of, and you see just there the Felix Baumgartner jump from space. A lot here, the world of racing, and you can purchase a lot of this stuff here. And some of this is very, very high end, and you'll see that as well in my video on Hangar 7, the additional branded space I wanted you to have a look at, which is just outside the airport in Salzburg. You see books, you see magazines, you're going to see some of the record label stuff here as well with Red Bull. So Red Bull then is creating connections with us beyond the energy drink, beyond the extreme sports, and so forth. And just to my left there, maybe you saw, is a simulator. And so as part of a branded space, you know, you can go and ride a fast sports car or be part of a video game experience that immerses you in this idea, the notions of the extreme lifestyle, the extreme sports that we associate with Red Bull. And I think I'll take you, yeah, here we go, take you for a peek inside there. Didn't get a chance to try it out, but you can see there's a young person there who is doing the racing game and so forth. So another part of a branded space like this, I think that's effective, is to have different experiences available to the guests. And certainly when you associate Red Bull, the brand, with extreme sports, racing and so forth and all that marketing, it's a good thing then to have an opportunity for the guest in that space to actually, in a virtual sense, participate in some of that lifestyle. So I'm walking down here, and the video again, I didn't shoot high quality video. I was trying to just get through the store and not maybe act so conspicuous, but you see here there is clothing, the full clothing line, ranging from the t-shirt with the ubiquitous Red Bull logo on it, and as you'll see at the end of my video, higher end stuff, more of that lifestyle stuff that I think you begin to associate with other successful branded spaces and brands like Apple, as I mentioned earlier, in terms of the sophistication of the Apple Store. You see more of the products here, and I was fascinated to see so many different products being sold. Again, I'm not familiar so much with the marketing in the US, but I know they don't have these kinds of branded spaces that you would see here in Salzburg. So I'm going to exit the store here, see a little more of the clothing. Exiting the store, and then entering this second space that I discovered. And this one I found equally fascinating, if not more fascinating, because just look at the design here, the decor. It's not as garish and those over-the-top colors that maybe you associate with the Red Bull brand. Much more sophisticated. Even the video screens in the back, right? Again, a different take on Red Bull. A little higher end. We're still seeing the extreme sports, but more sophistication, more refinement in terms of the brand. And just look at the decor here. And I'm pointing here to some of the labels. I found this to be quite fascinating. So you have higher end branded things like tablet containers or devices, and I'm pointing here. The focus here is on the individual, and you see a sign here, the person who loves life. This, you could say, is associated with other brands. We can make association with other brands and other branded spaces out there in the world that are also trying to get us to understand something beyond one facet of that brand. And I think this is a sign of a brand being able to move beyond its initial associations, whatever those are, and to evolve into something different. And that gives new opportunities then for that company within that space, or just in general through the brand, to make connections with consumers in the world. Again, you can see here, this is that lifestyle association, the individual, the confident, the nonconformist, the non-authoritarian, the ironic professional, the mystic, indigenous, creative, relaxed, genuine, polarizing, loves life, unpredictable. Great words there to associate with the guest who might enter the Red Bull space here in Salzburg, Austria. So certainly a lot to think about in terms of future lifestyle branded spaces. So I hope you enjoyed the video tour today here at Red Bull World in Salzburg, Austria. And please come back for additional video features of the Immersive World's Handbook.